Let's go back to when everything had changed. It's 2019, and COVID hit, right? So we're all at home, we're all on Zoom, and then we've got Chris on Zoom, and then he's like, "Oh, hi guys, this is my friend Chloe," and then and then we see Chloe pop into the corner of Chris's screen. And we're like, oh, okay. Everyone was instantly suspicious, but you know. We played it cool. We're like, oh yeah, okay. Nice to meet you. Good friend Chloe. And then he's like, yeah, she's my friend. You know, she just wants to know more about Bible study. And then he puts himself on mute. And then we like kind of watch them like in the corner of the screen. They're sitting together with no room for Jesus.
I promise to love and cherish you.
As Christ does the church.
As Christ does the church.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
Until we are parted by death.
Till we are parted by death.
This is my solemn vow and promise.
This is my solemn vow and promise.
Presence of God.
I, Chloe, in the presence of God,
And before those gathered here.
and before those gathered here,
Take you, Chris, to be my husband.
take you, Chris, to be my husband.
From this day forward.
From this day forward,
I promise to love and cherish you.
I promise to love and cherish you,
As the church does to Christ.
as the church does to Christ.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse,
For richer, for poorer.
for richer, for poorer,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
Until we are parted by death.
until we are parted by death.
This is my solemn vow and promise.
This is my solemn vow and promise.
We've known Chloe since her dark lipstick, Doc Marten wearing emo chick days at the very beginning of university. Chris, on the other hand, we could only talk to in the ancient language of internet memes. From afar, I don't think anybody would have guessed that these two unlikely people would have ended up together, but maybe it was God's plan all along.
Chloe, while on the one hand I have several reasons to have concern for you, you have married an incredible guy. You have married a humble, dependable, mature, steadfast man of God. As one of his closest friends, I can safely say that you are incredibly lucky to be with someone like Chris. And it is so clear to see how much that he loves and adores you. It makes me so happy that Chris has married a kind, godly woman who loves Jesus, and that he will be the foundation for the rest of your lives together.
Wow, what a journey we've been on. From med school to CAMS to GHC to AMSO to whatever other acronyms I may have just made up. It's been a real blast. I'm so grateful for our friendship and for the person you've become and helped me become by God's grace. I can almost remember the first time we met in first year. The weather? Hot. The humidity? Low. The pollen count? Medium. You were decked out in an all-black outfit along with black lipstick and black eyeliner, and my first thought was, that Asian girl looks like she just came from a pop punk concert. I wonder if we'll be friends. The answer to that question was, at the time was, okay, I'll tolerate you. That was you to me, by the way. From that moment on, we've continued to grow as friends, and fast forward a few years to final year of med school, and we're finally dating. It took a while, as many of our friends can attest to, but it has been such a great adventure. All jokes aside, I can honestly say that God has worked in both our lives to get us to where we're at.
You remain a center stage, a sacred place. I see you're a galaxy of stars written on my heart. You're a lighthouse on the sea, every note is symphony.
Christopher Chi, my husband. Yeah, so that happened. All right, so you don't need to know me well to know that I am someone that absolutely loves eating food. You know, I get hungry really easily, and I'm also an Asian girl, which basically means that food is an integral part of our culture. But luckily for me, I am now married to someone who also loves food. But look, Chris, in all seriousness, despite your strange eating habits, I am so grateful to God every single day for putting you in my life. You know, as I'm sure everyone here can attest to, Chris, you are probably one of the most kind, compassionate and caring person I know, and you know, every day you encourage me to turn towards Jesus and live in a way that shows His grace, compassion and mercy. It's really been such a privilege to walk beside you these last few years and see the ways that God has shaped you every day into my now husband, and I am honestly so excited to grow with you, for the rest of our days to come. You know, I can't wait to wake up every day next to you and to navigate this thing called adulthood, and to know that when life inevitably brings us, you know, hardships and suffering, that together we will be able to get through them with Christ at the center of our marriage. So Chris, you are my brother in Christ, my best friend, my lover, and now I have the privilege of calling you my husband. I am truly so excited I get to spend the rest of my life with you, and I honestly love you so much.
They are role models to me. They're incredible human beings, amazing doctors and treasured friends. So I love you guys so much. You guys are truly the lucky ones. Long live your love. Today was a fairy tale, and I wish you nothing but the best. I know that your love will stay beautiful forever and always.
My prayer for both of you, as you embark on married life together, is that your marriage would be shaped by the gospel, that Jesus' love, His humility, gentleness, and sacrificial love would be your example and would be your foundation. That through the joys and the struggles of life, you would fix your eyes on Jesus and never stop trusting Him. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Amen.
Put your hands in mine, don't look back. I choose you, better or worse. I choose you, even when it hurts. I'll choose you, every chance that I take. You'll never be second place.
Chloe, thank you for being my best friend. You have stood with me when I've been insufferably annoying, rude or unkind, and you have shown me immense amounts of grace and love. If God's grace is a limitless well, I see you reaching in time and time again to forgive me, correct me gently, and encourage me. I love you so, so much, and I can't wait to spend the rest of our lives together living out God's picture of marriage. So, in my time of living on this earth, I've heard and received many pieces of advice about marriage over the years. She's always right, happy wife, happy life, don't poke a sleeping bear, although that might be camping advice. However, the one thing that they all have in common can be summed up in Ephesians 5:25. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. This is God's picture for marriage, that I love you self-sacrificially for the rest of our days together. I know that even on my best days, I will fail to do this, but if you will let me, I will spend the rest of my life loving God and loving you, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, until we are parted by death. This is my solemn vow and promise. I love you lots, Chloe.
I'm glad I went first and Chris finished.
I choose you, better or worse. I choose you, even when it hurts. I choose you, every chance that I take. You'll never be second place. Every moment, every day. I choose you, better or worse. I choose you, even when it hurts. I choose you, every chance that I take. You'll never be second place. Every moment, every day. I choose you. Always choose only you, my love. I'll put you first, give you all my trust. I'll always choose only you, my love. I'll put you first, give me all your trust.